hope you can hear me. I'm waving back at you. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, good afternoon. You're so welcome. Hi. I'm waiting for a little bit of people to join before I kick off and start. I just want a bit of people to join. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Hi. Okay, you can hear me, right? Hi. It's so good to see you. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, as you all know, I am Mo from Negxy Concept Limited. Please, like I used to say, please just drop your questions in the comment section and I'll be sure to actually attend to every of your questions. Please just drop your question in the comment section and I'll attend to it. Thank you so much for being here. MZ, hi, I'm seeing you. Justice, I'm seeing you. Hi, good afternoon. Okay, I'm just saying hi to a couple of people. Hi, you're so welcome. AY, Charles, hi, good afternoon. You're so welcome. I see you just joining in. Oye, hi, good afternoon. If I can't pronounce your name very well, please, I'm so sorry. But I just want to say hi and I'm waving back at you. You're so welcome. For being here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Mo, like I said earlier, that I'm Mo from Negxy Concept Limited, and I hope you all can hear me. Today's live session is going to be about this topic that I'm very sure that every international student that wishes to study abroad has always had this at the back of their mind. Someone says, sorry, Ade something says, so you are the one that assisted me with my application on WhatsApp. Yes, I am. Hi. Good afternoon. You're so welcome. Hi. Good afternoon. Yeah, so please drop your questions in the comment section. I'll be sure to attend to it. Yeah. I just want to give you all that I have and then we can actually have a conversation. I wouldn't even mind chatting with someone after I'm done. So you're so welcome for being here and I say thank you so much for joining. Now, the topic we're actually about to discuss on today is Pre-Cas credibility interview for UK universities. Yeah, and like I said earlier that I know fully well that a whole lot of students have so much to ask when it comes to Pre-Cas interview. Like they always have a lot of questions to ask when it comes to Pre-Cas interview. They get confused. As a matter of fact, I have students that would always come to me and say, you know what, I actually did the application myself and right now I'm stuck. The school sent me a mail and they are saying, you know what, you have to write an interview, you have to come for an interview and I don't know what to do, I don't even know how to go about it. So I'm actually going to be giving you pointers today on what you need to do in respect to the interview, how you can go about it so that your mind can actually be rest assured. I see you joining in. D, hi, good afternoon. Say hi to me. Hi, good afternoon, I see you, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Yeah, so we're talking about Pre-Cas credibility interview for UK universities. And I just want to give you some pointers for those that have actually either put in the application by themselves or put in the application through an agency and they've been looking for a way to go about their Pre-Cas interview and they're so scared. Now the truth is this, Bookie Mommy, hi, good afternoon, I see you. Now the truth is this, yeah, a lot of people get scared of the whole idea. It can be the thought of you going for an interview can be quite daunting, given the fact that you just want to put in your application and get your offer, and then next thing you just want to just jackpot you get. But the truth is, you still have to go through the interview. And for some schools, not all schools now, for some specific schools, I'll be giving you a list of some of the schools. Now, in this live session, I'll actually be talking about what the whole Pre-Cas interview is all about. Those that are actually eligible to actually go for these interviews. I'll be talking about the interview process, how you can go about it, just to ease your mind into the whole process so that you know that you have us to rely on in case you have any problem whatsoever you're dealing with when it comes to your interview, Pre-Cas interview. Everything that is all about, we can always talk about it. So if you have any questions or you've been having issues in respect to your interview with Pre-Cas, just just drop your comments in the comment section or you send us a DM and then we'll definitely attend to you. Hi, Breed. Hi, good afternoon. I see you joining. You're so welcome. Okay, so Pre-Cas interview. What is it about exactly, and why would a school even send you a mail in the first place to say, you know what, you actually have to write that interview? Now, the truth is that the school would definitely want to assess your intention. Now, they want to know about how genuine the student is. they want to know about the integrity of that student. Now, over the years, they've had so many students that would come in and under the pretense of they want to japa. So they come into the UK, they go into the UK and they don't actually go to school. They don't go to school, and aside from that, a lot of students don't even know what the course they want to study, probably because of the fact that, okay, they went through an agency and then the agency was putting the course for them. They don't know. You get now. Before now, let me just back up a little bit. Now, before now, around COVID period was when UK VI actually stopped doing interviews. Now, before now, the way it was that before 2020, the way it was that UK VI actually conducts interviews. So now the school can do a little, like the departments that the student wants to go to, can do a little bit of an interview with the students, can or cannot. They might even decide not to, or they might. Now they might do a little bit of an interview to prepare that student for UK VI's interview. So now before now, it was after COVID that UKVI decided that they were actually not going to be taking interviews anymore for students, and they were going to be giving biometrics instead. I hope I'm not too fast though, and I hope that you're getting me. So now, before 2020, students were actually allowed to take their credibility interview by the school and also by UKVI. Do you get? Now, the UKVI interview was much more stricter and was more rigid, and it was a reason for a lot of students to actually fail, because sometimes they actually call students at random to just ask random questions, But now what happens is that UKVI stopped doing their credibility interview, and now it is up to the school to actually vet those students thoroughly. So now the way it is that it is not, for now, it's not all schools that are actually vetting. But very soon, I'm very sure that, I'm very sure that very soon, all schools will soon start doing these interviews. I'm going to be telling you some of the schools that are actually doing these interviews now. But for now, it is not all schools, like I said, that are actually conducting these interviews. It is a way for the school to say, you know what, I can't beat my chest to say, I'm sending you this student, I'm sending you UKVI, this student, and I can tell you that this student is actually good in English, and this student actually knows their onions. They know what the course they want to go study. They're actually very, very sound. Do you understand? Because they know that, UK knows that Nigeria, almost everybody wants to get out of Nigeria, and everybody's looking for a way to just get out. But they want to ensure that they are not just getting students that are just looking for a way to just jar. Do you get? But they want to ensure that they are getting good quality students, and not just good quality students, also students that are willing to pay. Do you understand? Because now we have a lot of students that even get to the UK and then they get stuck. They get stuck because they can't even pay their fees. So they need to know that these students can actually go ahead and pay their fees, and these students are actually students that they can vouch for. That is why these schools have actually decided that, you know what, we need to do this credibility interview to know our students one-on-one. Now it's the department that does these interviews. So it's called a Pre-Cas interview. Now, a lot of people might wonder, now for those that don't know anything about study abroad and you don't even have an idea at all, I see you here. Hi, good afternoon. I see you all joining. Please, I hope you can catch up on what I'm talking about, but don't worry. This video is going to be posted on our page, so you could always come back to it and watch whenever it is that you want to. Because I'm actually talking about Pre-Cas interviews, how you can go about it and everything else. Do you understand? Ben, hi, good afternoon. I see you joining. You're so welcome. I'm waving back at you. Hi. Okay, so now, the thing is this. Now, for those that actually don't know what CAS is confirmation of acceptance of studies, yeah? So now, CAS is more like a unique 14-digit reference number that is given to a student. Now, CAS is given to the student by UKVI. Do you understand? So now, this school is vetting the students. After the school vets the students, the school says, tick, this student has actually passed the interview. They notify UKVI, then UKVI sends their CAS to the school, and then the school sends it to the students. That's how the process works. Do you understand? So now that CAS is, like I said, it's a reference number that is being given to you by they call it your sponsor. Now the school is automatically your sponsor, but it's being generated by UKVI. Do you understand? So that is UKVI is UK Visa and Immigration. So that is what UKVI is. So they are the ones. So they have that constant communication. So whenever a student actually goes to the UK and the student is having is not paying fees, or the students are having issues, they can always go back, you know, so that they can always access the students' CAS Shield portal, and then they'll be able to say, okay, you know what, I know this student, this is, you get, they can actually easily identify that student. That is what this class is all about. So now, for you to be able to have that communication with UKVI and the school, you have to go through that interview that the school would actually conduct with you. Now, you don't have to be scared. You get, it's not as hard as it sounds. When it comes to the interview, it's not as hard as it sounds. Now, the Pre-Cas credibility interview is a part of the student's application process. It's for some schools it's inevitable, you just have to go through it. But for some, you can still not necessarily have to go through that Pre-Cas interview. And like I said, schools are actually coming up now, and they're saying that, you know what, we actually want to start interviewing the students. So at random now, you could just realize that the school that wasn't doing it before started doing it today. Do you understand? Because they really want to be sure that they're getting genuine students. Otherwise, the image of the school will be tainted by UKVI. Do you understand? Like, they won't be able to have that direct communication that they have with UKVI if they don't make sure that they're getting genuine and good students. Now, the thing is that the mode by which the interview is conducted, the interview is actually conducted via a video, either through Zoom. They can use Zoom, they can use Microsoft Teams. So you might have to download Microsoft Teams or you download Zoom, because most of the time they want to see who they are talking to. They record. Please note that whenever you are doing this interview, they actually record what you're saying. They record you, and they would want to see your expression. As a matter of fact, some students would do this interview and they would say, take your laptop or take your phone, and I want to see your surrounding. I want to be sure that there's nobody telling you what you need to know. Do you understand? So this interview, I wouldn't lie to you, it's not as hard as it seems, but the truth is that the fate of your admission process relies on this interview. So it's actually very, very important. Do you understand? A lot of students would actually, okay, take for instance, and I was prepping a student for an interview, and I was asking her questions, like I was putting her in the hot seat, because that's what we do. We would help to prep you for that interview. We would try to make sure that you are ready, completely ready, before we actually send you in for the interview. That's what we do here at Negxy. So take for instance now, I was actually prepping a student for her interview, and she was asking me, sorry, why are you asking me that question? At least this is not really the interview date, so why are you really asking me that question? I'm like, if you don't try as much as possible to program your mind as though you're actually doing that interview while I'm prepping you, then what exactly would you be doing when the interview date comes? That means that you'll be telling your interviewer, sorry, please give me a minute, let me just check my book. And that will not be allowed, because you are being timed. Aside from the fact that you are being timed, you are being recorded. So please, it's very important to note that you are always going to be recorded. And also, now for some students, they might have done the interview before, and then the school says they are not convinced or they are not satisfied with the information that is being given, that they want to have another interview. Now please, I want you to note something that is very important. Now, if you're going to be doing an interview again for the second time, whatever it is that you have said in the first interview that was conducted, please be sure to repeat it. Do you understand? Now, you cannot add to whatever it is that you have said. This is very, very important, because when they call you back and they tell you that, you know what, we are not convinced with that interview that you did. Hi, I see you joining in. You're so welcome. When they see that they are not convinced with that interview that you did, what they will do is that they will take the recording. Like I told you, that they record. Aside from the fact that they record, they will be typing. So they are recording you, they are typing everything that you are saying. Some of them will tell you that, you know what, you take it slow. I want to listen to what you're saying. But you will not know that while they are listening to what you are saying, they are actually typing every single word. So they are recording you, they are typing. Now imagine them calling you back for another interview. The moment they are calling you back for another interview, they are using what you have said before, they are vetting you for that, they are vetting you for the typing that they've typed, and they are vetting you for what you are going to be saying. So sometimes they might actually ask you questions based on what they've asked you before, because they just want to be sure that you know what you're talking about. So it's very important that you can articulate your thoughts together. It's very important that whatever it is that you are going through. Now, we have some students that will say, you know what, I don't even have the money, and I want to do the interview, I don't even know what to do. That my mind is not even there. See, even if fire is burning beside you, it's very, very important that let that fire be burning. but put your mind, your soul, and everything into that interview that you want to do, because the fate of your admission is actually resting on that interview. It's very important that you note this, please. And then please, like I said, don't whatever it is that you have said before, make sure that you say exactly that. You cannot buttress on it on the second phase of the interview. Should the school ask you that they want to have another interview with you, which happens sometimes, but not to all students. But let me assure you that if you actually work with us and you meet with us for your interview, like you tell us that you actually have an interview and you want us to prep you for it, rest assured that the school won't have to call you a second time, because we will prep you so thoroughly that you'll be well ready to go for your interview. I need you to understand that. So that is why we are here. We're actually here to help you to ensure that every process for your admission is seamless. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, so now failure to attend the Pre-Cas interview is automatic withdrawal. They won't bother giving that student, except maybe okay, so maybe you are supposed to have that interview on a particular day, and then something happens, and then you want to beg to say, you know what, okay, I can't really have this interview today. I actually want to beg that we shift the interview, fine. But should you decide that, you know what, I'm not even interested, or I'm not even available, I can't even do the interview, they will just assume that you're not interested anymore. Do you understand? And we always say that the slots for these admission processes are very, very short. They are not much. Do you understand? And they pick those that have paid, those that have made payments for their deposits. That is how they'll tell you that, okay, you know, the UK, they are very strict with their numbers. Now, when they say they have 25 numbers for a particular course, is that 25? If you are number 26 and you pay your deposit after number 25 has been picked, they will not bother picking that person anymore. They don't extend themselves like that. Do you get? So it's very important to know that your deposit payment is really, really important as well. So once you've paid your deposit, and for your Pre-Cas too, before you can actually be eligible for this Pre-Cas interview, before the school will say, you know what, okay, let us give you a Pre-Cas interview. Hi, I see you joining me, you're so welcome. Okay, so before the school will say, okay, let us give you a Pre-Cas interview, the school would have been sure that you have made payments for your deposits. Do you understand? It means that, okay, as you have paid your deposit, we are taking you on as our students. And as we are taking you on as our students, we believe that, okay, we would be interviewing you. We are taking you on as our student that you have paid your deposit, but we'll now interview you to put a stamp on it. I shit you not. Some students, if they fail that interview, they will return their money. The school will tell them that as they have failed the interview, they are going to be refunding their money back to them, that they are no longer interested. I kid you not. So most of the time, it's very, very important that you take this interview, you take it very, very, very seriously. Do you understand what I mean? So that at the end of, don't think that once I've made my payment for my deposit, that should be it, and I'm done, I'm good. Whether or not I pass the interview, I really don't care. Once you don't pass, the school will return your money. They will return your money, they don't care. They do refund. Do you understand? So it's very important that we know that. Now, to complete the complete interview actually lasts between 30 to 45 minutes, and between 2 to 3 weeks, between 2 to 3 working days, you're already getting a feedback from the school. They're already sending you a mail to tell you, okay, yes, we're actually going to take you, or we want you to actually provide more information on this, or they tell you, okay, you know what, we actually want you to come for another interview. And when they ask you to come for another interview like that, they would have told you the kind of questions that they want to ask. Or they want you to buttress more on a particular thing that they are not getting you right on. So when they say that, you have to ensure that you actually you talk about exactly what you have talked about before. Then you now go above and beyond and be able to back up your story. Now, it's very important that the information that you are giving, you have references for them. Take for instance, they are asking you about the school, and then I'm still going to be talking about some questions for you, but they are asking you about the school. The moment you are talking about the school, please be sure to always have somewhere that you can reference in respect to, say, the school's ranking, accommodation, wherever it is, the sites that you are getting these information from. Please have it at the back of your mind that you'll be able to reference them. It's very important, like most importantly about the school's ranking, it's very important that you can actually reference the school's ranking. Okay, so who needs a Pre-Cas interview? Now, as an international student, like I said before, as an international student who is looking to study abroad, some specific universities will require Pre-Cas interview for you to actually ensure that they can trust that the students that they're getting is really, really genuine. Yeah, please, if you have any questions, drop your questions in the comment section and I will definitely attend to it. So if you've been having challenges with the Pre-Cas interview or you've been scheduled for an interview, please let us know. You can send us a DM and we will definitely help to prep you for that interview and ensure that everything goes on smoothly for you. Do you understand? That's why we are here. We're actually here to meet your needs, like I always say. Yeah, we're always here to meet your needs and ensure that every process that each and every one of our students go through is seamless. That is why we are here, and that's why we would know more about the nitty-gritties that is involved in all these processes. So you can definitely rely on us. Do you understand? Now for some students, those that need the Pre-Cas, now after getting an offer with the school, the moment you get an offer with the school, for some of the universities, like I always say, the moment you get an offer, you can get a conditional offer, you can get an unconditional offer. What a conditional offer is when they're asking you for more documents. An unconditional offer is when you've actually gotten admitted with the school. Now, if that's conditional offer, it comes in different ways. Some schools will send you conditional offer, and at the same time, they will still they will send you a conditional offer, and you can still pay your deposit even with that conditional offer that you have gotten. So now I know that a lot of students get scared and they're like, you know what, I actually have a conditional offer, but my conditions aren't being met. Why would I want to pay? But the truth is, when we tell you that, go ahead and pay, there's a reason for it. Because we know that the conditions that the school is asking for is something that you can actually get within God knows how long. Do you get? So, and we know that the process for your payments might actually take a little bit longer, like 2 weeks or thereabout, for your payments, for you to get your telex. So we'll tell you that, you know what, while you're waiting for your telex, while you're trying to work on your conditional offer to be met, go ahead and make your payments. As a matter of fact, some schools will tell you that they will give you conditional offer when you have, they'll tell you that they would, I've lost my line of thought. They will give you a conditional offer. Some schools will actually give you a conditional offer, and yet at the same time, they'll tell you that, you know what, go ahead and pay. Do you understand? Now, yeah, what I wanted to say was some conditional offers are that you should actually make that payment. So you see some conditional offer that will tell you that, okay, you have a conditional offer, and the conditional offer is go and pay so and so amount as your deposit. Do you understand? So it goes both ways. But the most important thing is that you will not be eligible for that Pre-Cas interview if you have not paid your deposit and the school hasn't gotten a telex. Do you understand? So after the school gets a telex, you apply for the Pre-Cas interview. Now we can actually put in the application. We can actually request for an interview date for you by the school. That is why we are here. Or you send a mail directly to your school. That is if you actually did put in the application by yourself. But for us, what we'll do is that because we have direct partnerships with most of these schools, we can have a direct communication with them and tell them, you know what, this is our student, and we need to actually get him the date for his interview. And the good thing is that while we are doing that for you, we are also giving you materials that you can read up on. We're actually telling you how you can go about your interview and how it can be seamless for you. So we are doing all these things just to make sure that you don't have a problem with your interview. So now, so also if you're a student that you've gotten an offer with the university, you'll be eligible for this Pre-Cas interview. Now the Pre-Cas interview, the UK credibility interview process. Now the process goes thus. Now for those that haven't even tried they've not even started the application process to JAPA. Please, what are you waiting for? We are in June, though. Today is June. Yay! I did not wish you guys happy new month. Happy new month! Happy new month, everybody! And thank you so much for being here. It's so good to see you. Okay, so happy new month. Yeah. So now the process for the UK, the credibility interview. For those that haven't even started the application process yet, what are you waiting for, though? Why don't you just send us a DM and let us contact you and let us help you gather your documents, send it to us, and let us help you put it in. Do you understand? So the moment you've done that, you submitted all your required documents to a particular school, and you've gotten an unconditional offer or a conditional offer, you make payments for your deposit. After the deposit is being made, then the school, now for some schools, there's this thing called a cash shield portal. Not all schools have this cash shield portal. Some schools have it. Oh, someone is wishing me happy new month too. Hi there. Hi dear. Thank you so much. Happy new month. Okay, now yeah. Some schools would actually I'm wishing you happy new month. Some schools would actually require you to apply to a cash shield portal. Now, what this is that they want to be sure that they have all their students in one place, and their international students in one database. So that cash shield portal is more like a database that they have all your information in. Now the good thing about this portal is that it's not all schools that have it, like I said. Now, you know, the way these schools work is that one school starts something, before you know it, another school has started it too. Before you know it, another school has started. It's the same way this interview process is. Like, some schools are not even doing it at all. Some schools are doing it, and before you know it, some schools will start doing it. By next year now, a lot of schools will start doing it too. So now we are actually, what we are doing right now is, we are making sure that we buffer up your mind, and so you understand that now it's actually very important that you take these things very seriously, most especially when it comes to CAS, for you to be able to get your CAS from the school and be able to apply for visa. Do you understand? So we are trying to program your mind to be sure that you actually have the right buffed up information, and then you're not scared. The moment you see a mail that says you have an interview, you have nothing to worry about. Do you understand? Okay, so now the cash shield portal. Now some schools will actually have that cash shield portal, so they have it's more like a database for you. Now the good thing about this cash shield portal is that you can actually put in your information bit by bit. Now after your deposit has been made, the cash shield portal is created for you. Now some schools will send you a link that you should put in your username and password for that cash shield portal. So now once you are done with your interview and you pass your interview, you'll be able to upload any other thing, any other documents, your proof of funds documents, your bank statements. Your bank statements can always be there. You can upload your bank. So by this time, you can actually have access to your cash shield and be doing these things yourself. So while we are actually helping you to do it as well, you'll be seeing it. Do you understand? So it makes it easier, and then you're rest assured that, okay, yeah, I know exactly where my application process is at. So every other thing that you need to make your application complete would be done. So you don't necessarily, please note this, you don't necessarily have to, the moment you say, okay, I've put in my bank statement, let me just click submit, or I just close my cash, you don't necessarily have to do that. You can leave your cash shield open. The moment you have that document, put it in, leave. Because it is your portal, you don't necessarily have to click submit, or you automatically just say, you know what, I'm done. Do you get the moment you put in a document? So it's always good to don't submit anything, just leave it open like that. As you have uploaded, just keep uploading. As you're uploading, the moment you are done with every upload, then you can do your submission and all of that, if you have to do that. Do you understand? Okay, so that's what the cash shield is for. So now some students that are going to schools, universities that has this cash shield can apply for their Pre-Cas through this portal. So they can go on their cash shield portal and say, you know what, like I said, it's not all schools that has the cash shield portal. Now they can go on their cash shield and say, you know what, I actually want to apply for my Pre-Cas interview, and they can do that. They can pick a date. Do you understand? Now for those students that don't have the universities that has this cash shield portal, you can always meet with us and we'll talk to the school and tell them, you know what, please kindly help with a date for this student. And now the good thing is this, we would help you with a date that you're more comfortable with. Given the fact that, you know, some people have a very slow way of learning. Some have a very fast way of learning. So now we'll work with you along with exactly what your what pace you actually want to work with. So we can actually schedule you for a date that you are comfortable with. All these things we need to put into consideration so that you will not be refused. Do you understand? So for you to know that we always have you in mind, yeah? I see you joining in. Hi, good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon. You're so welcome. Now I'm waving back at you. Okay, so aside from that, now some schools would actually, for this cash shield or for this Pre-Cas interview, yes, like I said, you can always apply through your cash shield. You can always call us and then we'll help you put it in, or you send a mail directly to the school and request for the cash shield, given the fact that you already made payments for your deposit. And now, one thing that we've come to realize is that now some schools would actually call at random. Now, some schools will call at random. You will not know that what they are calling you for is an interview. They will just call you and say, are you so and so person? We actually just want to answer, we just want you to answer some so and so question. And then you are like, oh my goodness, am I doing an interview? But you will not know. Now, I don't want to mention the name of the school though, that just recently started doing that. Like they did that to some couple of my students, and I was like, oh my god, like seriously, you know. But the truth is that it's one of the reasons why you need to always be ready. So for that student of mine now that they called at random, what she did was she answered some of their questions and told them that, you know what, give me till tomorrow to actually have this interview very well, so that we can always talk about these things, these questions that you're asking. They won't come up as though they are doing an interview with you. They'll just be asking you questions. Then, it depends on you, and it depends on how well you can actually articulate yourself. Now, if you're not ready for that interview at that particular point in time, you can always have a conversation with them and tell them, you know what, I'm actually busy at the moment, or I'm not where I can actually talk right now. You know what, call me at so time tomorrow, but don't let it be too long in reference to the dates that you'll be giving. That's for those that actually call at random and want to do like a quick interview with you. If you're not comfortable with answering that question, don't jump into answering questions immediately, please. Just tell them that they should give you a little bit of time, and then you can actually prepare yourself and then answer their question. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, so after that, after the interview, the student is asked to submit their bank statement, like I said before, and then CAS is issued. So they look at your bank statement and then they issue your CAS. Now, what you now use that CAS for is to apply for your visa. So the moment you've gotten your CAS, you're automatically eligible to apply for visa. Now, how to prepare for your credibility interview? I know a lot of people have this. Please drop your questions. K-Meg, hi. How far now? Good afternoon. How are you doing? Hope you're good. Okay, so please, if you have any questions, drop your questions. Now, we'll attend to your questions, please. Just let's vibe like this. I'm listening to me, yeah? Okay, so now to prepare for your CAS credibility interview, your CAS Pre-Cas interview. You have to be able to go through some past questions. It's important that, like I told you before, that we have some questions that we'll definitely send to you, and we'll tell you that, you know what, just listen, read these questions, and just let your mind keep going through these questions so that you can. Now, the good thing about this interview is this. The way UK works is that I might send you an interview, sample that might be for another school. Now, every school wants to hear the same thing. They want you to blow up their mind. They want you to be able to tell them that you know what you're doing. You know the course you want to go and study. They want you to know that, they want you to sell their school to them as though they don't even know the school at all. Do you understand? So they actually want you to just be into what you're doing. Be very, very into it. Do you understand? So now we would actually definitely take you through and then send you some questions that you can go through that would help you. Now, like I always say, that you use a trusted agent, yes, like us, to help you to do this. So we can actually prep you very, very well for this. And then, now what we would do is, aside from sending you materials, we'll not schedule dates that is convenient for you, for your interview dates, where we can actually say, you know what, let us have an interview date with you. Let's take you through, let's have an interview date. Let's take you through the questions that we sent to you. Let us understand where your mind is at. So now, aside from us just prepping you for the interview, what we're going to be doing is we're actually also going to be picking your mind to be sure that you are ready to be answering questions, your mind is conditioned to questions and answers. Because the truth is that we all have our personal things that we are dealing with. And the personal things that we are dealing with could actually cloud our mind sometimes. That is why we are here. Aside from, which is why we are counselors. Aside from the fact that we actually want to make sure that you pass, we want to make sure that you pass with the right frame of mind. Do you understand? So we'll definitely be sure that you are completely ready to go for that interview before we actually push you in for it. So you can always trust us. Trust Negxy, alright? Because we'll always be here for you. Okay, so now another thing that we would say is that articulate your thoughts together. Have everything, all the answers that you need to give, you can always jot it down. Like, we'll send you questions, we'll tell you now, aside from we sending you the question, I'll still go to that. We'll tell you the meaning of that question. You see the reason why it's good to work with an agent. We'll tell you the meaning of the question, why they're actually asking you that question. Now, we'll always tell you that you have a jotting where you have all these questions written down. Aside from having a jotting, now we'll also tell you that you should record yourself. The reason why we will tell you to record yourself is that is by the time we are almost done with, we can actually say, you know what, we're going to prep you like 2 or 3 times to be sure that you are really, really articulate in what you're saying. Then when we are sure that you're articulate, the 3rd time we'll now tell you, you know what, record yourself. By the time you record yourself and you listen to yourself speak, You'll be able to say, okay, you know what, this is how I answered the question. Am I actually in the right track? Is this what the school was saying? Now, because the truth is that some schools want to hear some particular kind of answers. Do you understand? It's not all schools that just want you to just keep talking. They want to hear some particular kind of answer. So it's very, very important that you do record yourself. Okay, now you would need to demonstrate that you have been conducted daily. No, sorry about that. Now you need to demonstrate that you've been taught in English. It's very, very important. Now, what I mean is this. The reason why they would do an interview with you and they want to see your face and they want to see you talk is because they want to see that every conversation that you're having with them, you can articulate your thoughts together. So it's not just about you sending a letter to say I was taught in English. They want to be sure that you can listen to them speak and you can respond. So it's very important that you articulate your thoughts together. You pause. You take a pause and then you attend to them, you answer them, and then you take a pause again. Do you understand? You know, some people cannot just articulate their thoughts together at all. They just keep going here and there. Now, please, I want you to note something that is very, very important. When you are doing this interview, please, don't give too much information and don't give too little information. It's very important that you give the right kind of information. Don't go out of the line, because the more you go out of the line, the more questions you'll be drawing to yourself. Now, they will now leave their own line of questions that they already have, and they'll be asking you questions based on the information that you are giving. So it's very important that you articulate your thoughts together. Whatever question that they are asking you, you are answering those questions, and then if you want to add to it, you can answer like 5 questions in one question. Do you understand? You can answer like 5 questions in one question. But it's very, very important that when you are answering those questions, your mind is actually in one place and you are very sure that, okay, I'm asking you why BCU, for instance. Why do you want to study at Birmingham City University? Yeah? Now, some students might say, okay, I want to study at Birmingham City University because it's a very good school and I see that it's actually very nice. It's a good place to study. And then they're looking at you like, okay, what was this person saying? You get? What they want to hear is, why do you want to study at Birmingham City University? Some people would talk about their facility. You can talk about your accommodation. You can talk about the course model. You can talk about the proximity of the school. You can talk about so many things inside that same one question of why BCU. Now that is for students that can actually accommodate all these things within their mind. Some students can't. So it's important that you pick your battles. The one that you can do is the one that you can do. Answer the one that you can answer and then leave the rest. Do you understand? And remember that the more you keep dodging questions, the more questions they're asking. But if you can try and answer 2 or 3 more questions in one question, then it's actually going to help you. So, so that's that about that. Okay. Now, yes, like I said before, that you should be able to back up your responses with an amount of research and back up your questions with facts. Do you understand? Your answers with facts. You should be able to back up your answers with facts. Sorry, let me just check through my notes. So in respect to reverse answers that you give, now you don't necessarily have to cram all the answers in your head. See, it's very important that you are not, I'm using notes now so that I can remember my points, yeah? But it's very, very important that you have these points in your head. And it's very important that even if you have the points with you, you do not show it. So they don't see you and look at you and be like, this person is just cramming everything and is just telling me what the person has crammed. It won't sit well with them. So it's very important that when you are having a conversation, and you are flowing so smoothly. Please always have that at the back of your mind. Do you understand? Now, let me go to the list of universities that will actually do this interview. Now, like I said before, that I'll give you some, but not all. And at the same time, it's not all schools that are actually doing this right now. So these are some of the schools that will take you for that credibility interview. Birmingham City will take you for the credibility interview. They will call you and tell you that they want to interview you. Birmingham City University. Now, Birmingham City University would also tell you that they have a Casio portal as well. So you could always request for it from the Casio portal. Now, De Montfort University. Now, De Montfort, they just started their own now. Like I told you that some schools haven't, some schools have. De Montfort has started doing credibility interview. Pre-Cas interview. They started doing it now. And the way De Montfort does their own is that you don't even necessarily have to pay yet before they conduct the interview with you. You don't even necessarily have to pay deposit yet. They'll just tell you that they're scheduling interview with you. Do you understand? And then the next thing you are doing interview. And guess what? The Montfort is very, very thorough. Very, very thorough. Like I said before, that when it comes to the fees, they want to be sure that you know exactly where you're getting the money from. They want to be sure that you can actually back up that money that you're saying that you have as proof of funds. So now, please, spoiler alert, these schools are now getting very serious. You know why? Because they come to realize that in the UK now, a lot of students are actually getting stranded. So rather than them using the money that they're even using, those that are even working, instead of them to use the money that they're using to work, to actually be paying their school fees, they are sending the money home. So at the end of the day, they are stuck because they can't pay school fees. And guess what will happen? The school will send a message to UKBI and they tell them that, you know what, these students are not serious. Do you understand what I mean? So it's very, very important. So because of that, the schools like the Montfort, they will ask you very, very detailed questions. Hi, Mazi, Lucky, hi, good afternoon, you're so welcome. Now, the Montfort will ask you detailed questions in respect to where you got the money from, how you're actually going to be spending the money, how you're actually going to be spending, paying for your tuition fee when you get to the UK. Who is actually going to be sponsoring you? They will ask you very, very, you need to be able to calculate. Now, if you don't know maths, you have to start calculating how you've been able to save up money that has accumulated to the amounts that you have right now. And how you were able to add up, where you got the money from to add up to the money that will actually make everything complete. So you need to be able to articulate your thoughts together. So Bradford will also conduct an interview. As a matter of fact, you know what Bradford does? Bradford will ask you to give them permission to check your bank, that they want to have access to your bank. So Bradford will tell you that, you know what, let's have access to your bank because we need to see your bank history. Imagine. So they want it's really, really intense. Now, like I told you before, that some schools would not even stress you. Some schools will not, like the University of Hull will not stress you. But the schools like Bradford will tell you that, oh boy, we need to see your bank. We need to give us access to go into your bank account, to liaise with your bank and be able to be sure that the money is there and the money is for the right cause and all of that. So they would ask. Then we have Teesside also does this. Then we have University of Bedfordshire also does this, and then East London. East London is the one that calls at random. They will just call. As a matter of fact, you know the funniest part is East London can call on WhatsApp and then they say, you know what, we just want to take 5 minutes of your time to actually ask you a question. It's a trickish way of them saying that the schools know that so many students are actually applying at the same time. We have, as a matter of fact, this year, maybe it's because of the election, we don't even know, but this particular year, a lot of people have japa, and a lot of people are still planning to japa. Do you understand? So they know. So these schools are looking for ways of getting quality students. That's why they are bringing all these things in now. Do you understand? So Bedfordshire will, East London will, Hertfordshire will too as well. So these are some of the schools that will. I'm just telling you some. I'm just giving you spoilers. So don't be surprised when your school that was not doing interview before just sends you an email and says, you know what, you're actually going to be conducting an interview. Do you understand? But the good thing is that your mind is actually rest assured and you're getting ready for this. Now let me now give you to make your mind be at rest. Let me give you some of the questions that they would ask you so that your mind will actually be at rest. Please, I will still attend to your questions. I hope I still have enough time. I'll still attend to your questions. Okay, so now some of the questions that they would ask you is they might ask you to introduce yourself. It's important that you can articulate your thoughts together, like I said. They might ask you about the course. Now, it's very important that know the course. That see, it's not just about you saying, I gave allegiance to actually do for me, or I gave allegiance to put in my application and all of that. Please, it's very important that you know your CV from pali to pali, like from top to bottom. It's very important. It is the documents that you submit that the school is going to be using to vet you. Now, they have your documents, yeah? They'll be asking you questions based on these documents that you have submitted. But at the same time, they want to hear you. And they want to be sure that what you have Okay, so please, I'm just going to go through these questions with you, but because of time, because I still want to answer some of your questions, and I think I have about 10 minutes left. Okay, so I just want to brush through these questions with you, but be rest assured that the details of these questions we can actually share with you. The meaning of these questions, more about these questions. We can share with you, as long as you confide in us and you rely on us. Do you understand? So when you rely on us, and we know fully well that you actually rely on us, and you trust that we will give you the best, yeah, we would help you and we'll open up to you and let you know about everything that you need to know in respect to these interviews. Now, some of the questions that we'll also ask is they want to know if you know the duration of your course. They want, as a matter of fact, what will bust their brain is that you know a beautiful connection again. Okay, so like I said before, that I hope you can still hear me though, and you're still here. Okay, so like I said before, that they want to be sure that you actually know, you can tell about the similarity and the differences. So now you should be able to tell that, okay, I actually tried this other school, I actually tried this other school, but I'm actually going for this school. Or I actually tried this other course, I looked at this other course, and I looked at this other course, I'm actually going for this course. They can tell that, okay, you will have informed knowledge about exactly what it is that you want to go for. Do you understand what I mean? They want to ask, why do you want to study in the UK? Now, when they ask you, why do you want to study in the UK, they want to be sure that you can tell the differences between UK, Canada, US. You can talk about the proximity of UK to US and the reason why they actually want to study in. So it's not just about saying that, okay, UK has diversity and inclusion, UK can actually give me, I can always meet with people with different traditions. No, you don't necessarily have to go through all of that. You can say that, but in addition to that, for them to be able to know that you know your onions, it's very important to say, you know what, I actually checked through Canada, I checked through US, but I'm going with UK because of so and so. They'll be like, oh my God, this person knows what exactly it is that they're talking about. Do you understand what I mean? So it's very important that you put that into consideration, that you can always make similarities and differences to help to buttress your point. Okay, they might now ask you, now when they're asking you about why the school, why do you want to study about the school, they might also ask you about the course models of the school, that why do you want to study this particular course and why this particular, why do you want to study this course? You can talk about the course models. You can try as much as possible to understand your course, understand the course you want to go for, read about the course models of the course you want to go for, understand, so you can explain like 2 or 3 of your course. We always advise also that when you're writing your statement of purpose, you always include the course model in your statement of purpose. Question, like they might ask you which destination did you consider, and then they will now ask you again why UK. They're answering the same question. Do you understand? So now they might ask you what your study gap is. Now when they ask you study gap, please, I want to pick little by little because I still want to quickly answer your question. I think I have like 5 minutes left. Okay, so now you what your study gap is. When they ask you about your study gap, it's very important for you to know that they're asking you about what you did the moment you finished school. Say you finished school in 2015. In details, dated from 2015 to 2016, I was working at so and so place. From 2016 to 2016, I was working at 2017, I was working at so place. They want to be sure that till date, you give that information like that. They want to be sure that you know what your accommodation is. Now, for those that actually want to know more about accommodation, you could always contact us, or you could go online. There's this site called host.com. You can always check host.com for. I'm not giving you spoilers. Normally we don't. Normally I don't. I'll tell you that you should send a message to me before I tell you. But you can check host.com. That's one of the sites that you can check for accommodation. So now, for accommodation, they might ask you about. So now, for accommodation, please, I want you to understand that it's very important that you know the name of that accommodation. Know the distance of the accommodation by road. Know the distance of the accommodation by car, by train, by bus. Do you understand? Now they give international students tickets, stipends for accommodation. For travel stipends or something like that. So you should be able to know how much your own is going to be for being an international student within that school. So it's more like you traveling from your accommodation to your course of destination. Now you must know that distance between your accommodation and your course of destination. You must know the name of your accommodation. You must know how much your accommodation is. It's very, very important that you know that. Now, they will also ask you what your living expense is. Now, if you're within London, it's different from if you're outside London. So you must also have that information at hand. Also, they might ask you who your sponsor is. Now, it's very, very important that you don't let it go too far-fetched. Your husband can be your sponsor. Your parents can be your sponsor. Do you understand? But please, while they are being your sponsor, it is very, very important that the money that they are giving you by sponsoring you is in your own account. Please always remember that. So they will ask you who is actually sponsoring you, how did you get the money? Now, for schools like DMU, you would need to be able to articulate your thoughts together and calculate how much you were able to make while you were working. And when you started working, how much were you making? Calculate it to how much you actually, how much you've been able to save up. Now, after you've been saving up, for how many years you were actually able to save up, how much you were able to gather from the save up, and then who is sponsoring you to add to that money that you already have. Do you understand? You need to have this information. And then by the time you tell them who is sponsoring you, you now tell them that, okay, the money that the person is sponsoring you with is actually in your own account, that the person is just helping you out or something like that. But remember that whoever is sponsoring you can be your spouse or it can be your parents. Do you understand? So it's very important that your thoughts are actually well articulated when it comes to your sponsor and how much it is that you have in your account. Now, if you have dependents, they might ask you if you have visa refusal. It's important that you tell them if you have visa refusal. It's important that you tell them if you have dependents as well. They might ask you if you have people that. Now, for those that would have dependents, they will tell you that if you have dependents, can you accommodate that dependents? The money that the dependents need to be in your own accounts, if they're going to be going with you, do you have it? Were you able to get it? If you say yes, then you're fine. Do you understand? So it's always very important that you articulate your thoughts together like that. Now, so that's that about that. Let me try and answer your questions. I still have more pointers to give. So if I have a little bit more time, I'll try and give you more points as well. Let me just quickly answer your questions before my time, because I don't know when I'm going to be timed out from here. Okay, so someone says, please drop your questions so I can attend to it, yeah? So I'm going through your questions now. I still have some more spoilers, but let me just quickly answer your questions because of time. Okay, someone says that we have been waiting for you. Hi, it's so good to have you. Okay, someone says we can hear you. Someone says hi. Quick one, please. Do you guys still have September intake open? Yes, we do. Oladeji, we do. Olajide, sorry. Olajide, we do still have some. So definitely, please send us a DM or send us a message, and then we'll definitely see how we can gather your documents together and send it in as soon as possible. Also. Okay, someone says hello, beautiful. Hi. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for hanging on with me. Someone says Mo, so you are the one. Okay, I've read this before. That assisted me in my application on WhatsApp. Yes, I am the one. Oh, I'm the Mo. It's so good to have you here. Hi. Someone says hi. You guys have just been saying hi. Okay. Let me see. I'm looking at. Yes. Okay. Someone says they can hear me. I'm trying to look at your questions. Do you have questions for me? Let me see. I just want to be sure that I'm not missing out your questions. Okay, someone says, can we have the name of the schools? Okay, I've given you the name of the schools, yeah? Rinsola Gold. I hope I've given you the name and you're okay with the names that I gave you. At least I gave you some names, yeah, of the schools. Okay, okay, someone says Happy New Month. Happy New Month to you too. Oh, someone says Happy New Month, darling. Happy New Month to you too. Okay, so I hope you've been able to understand everything I've said about the interviews though. So please, it's not something to be scared of. It's really not something to be scared of. I have more information to give. I'm not looking at my time. Okay, someone says, can I still apply for postgraduate studies for September? Yes, you can. You can apply for Ken. You can. Yes, please send us a DM and we'll definitely get back to you. When can I apply for January intake for postgraduate? Now, cakes. Something cakes. You can definitely apply now for January. But the good thing is, the truth is that the school will not start attending to your application until September, when they've actually done processing September intake. But you can put in your application right now, so it's not too late for you, or it's not too early for you to actually start now. Someone says, okay, I've answered your question. Yeah. Okay, I have. I never knew you guys are working with Bradford. Oh yes, we do. We do work with Bradford, so you can always send us a DM, and then we'll see how best to help you out with that. How about Cardiff Metropolitans or University of South Wales? Yes, please send us a DM. We do help. We can definitely help you with both of those schools. Do you understand? So please send us a DM. It is not too late yet. So please, the earlier the better. And be rest assured that we'll put you through all of everything that you need to know. Do you understand? Someone says, me says, is it advisable to use my personal account or my parents' account for POF? Now, something, please, I'm sorry that I didn't pronounce your name very well. Please, like I said before, that it's very, very important that the money is in your own personal account. Do you understand? It's very important that it's in your own personal account, because you'll be saving yourself a whole lot of stress. If it's your application will come out much more faster like that. Yeah, someone says I post, it's network, please no vex. It's network. Okay, Dara says Negxy Concept is the best. Whoop 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 whoop. Yes, so we are the best. We're always here to actually meet your needs. That's what we're here for, yeah? Okay, so what he says that I enjoyed having them handle getting me to the UK. Oh, you're actually in the UK already, and we helped you. That's so good. Oh, thank you so much for being here. See, I'm just smiling. I'm smiling at us. We actually, yes, we do go above and beyond to make sure that our students are all taken care of. Do you understand? Samsung says, please, when can I start my application for sweetheart, please send me your documents. Send us a DM and send me your documents, and we'll put you in immediately. Do you understand? As soon as we have your documents, we don't have anything we're waiting for, because time is really running fast, and so many schools are actually closing right now. We still have some schools that are open, but so many schools are actually closing. Okay, I'm looking for your questions. Is it advisable to use my personal? Okay, I think I've answered this already. Is there a fee for your services? Cakes. Hi. Okay, so for our services for UK, it's actually free. We won't charge you to process UK for you. As a matter of fact, all these that we are doing, like I told you, that for us, it's the students that we have at heart. Do you understand? So all this that we are doing is just to help you, to ensure that your dreams are actually being met. So what we are going to do is that we are not going to be charging you for processing UK for you. So what exactly will be holding you back? Do you understand what I mean? From going to the UK? Nothing. So just send us a DM and let's help you out, okay? Okay, someone says Dami says I chose DMU and I'm nervous already. Dami, please send us a DM. Let's help you. See, I told you already about DMU. DMU is very, very, very thorough. Please send us a DM. Let's help you. Let's push you through on how you can go about everything. Like I said before, that you please remember that whatever you do, try and record yourself. Record yourself. There's a way they want to hear you speak. Do you understand? There's a way they want to hear you speak. They want to hear that you are convincing enough. Do you get me? So it's not like they are talking to you about the month and you are stammering and saying so DMU is nah. They want to hear that you are actually really, really articulate. Do you understand? So it's very important. So please, Dami, send us a DM and let's help you. Okay? And given the fact that our services are free, what are you waiting for? Do you understand what I mean? Cake says, can I apply for more than one school? Definitely. Our services are free. We can put you in for more than one school. So what exactly are you waiting for? Do you understand what I mean? You have nothing to lose by trusting in us, to be honest. Okay, so Timmy says, can a third class apply for direct masters? Most definitely. Timmy, please send us a DM and we will see how best to help you to a school that is really, really affordable. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, Oyi says, when can I apply for September intake, since my daughter's A-level is not out yet and has gotten offers from some universities? Now with the universities that you got offers with, I would like you to tell me exactly why you don't want to go for those universities. Aside from the fact that your daughter's A level is not out, and besides, see, we'll have to have more conversation about this. Only, please send a direct message and let them direct you to me, so I'll be able to ask you more questions, so I can know exactly how best to help you. Yeah, I need to know when your daughter's A level is going to be out, and how we can actually process those schools that you've applied for, how we can see what we can do to see if your admission can still be on. Do you understand? With those schools that you already applied for, so that you don't lose those admissions. Do you understand? So just send a direct message, okay? Let me say, please, ma, can you tell us schools that don't do interviews? Okay, I gave you a spoiler that like University of Hull will not do interviews with you. Let me see. I would really want you to send a DM. I really want you to contact us, because I don't want to be giving you all the spoilers now. By the time I give you all the spoilers, why would you want to come? But truly speaking, we have some schools that still won't take you for, they still won't do interviews with you. Do you understand? But right now, some won't, some will. Do you understand? So it's very important that you note this. For now, Dundee even doesn't take interviews yet. Do you understand? So we have some schools that don't yet. But sometimes you just realize that the school has just started taking interviews. So now the good thing about working with us is that we would help you check the ones that will not take interviews. We'll help you check the ones that will, and then we'll tell you that okay, if you're trying to avoid, because it's not everybody that wants to write IELTS. It's not everybody that wants to do interview. Do you understand? So if you don't want to do the interview, as at the time we check for you, we'll tell you if the school is not taking interviews. Do you understand? I will tell you, okay, because the school might decide to take interviews just like that. But if they won't take you interview, we'll tell you that these schools will not take the interview, that you can actually put in for these schools. Do you understand? So that's how it works. Okay, so please share the live for those of us that business with that. Okay, I guess busy with work is what you wanted to write. Miss B, yes, definitely we're going to be sharing this live so that you can have more information about this. Someone says, please can you drop your WhatsApp number? Okay. Oh, my phone is not here. Let me see. Okay, let me see if I can share my WhatsApp number with you so that you can have direct access to me. Someone says, can I have your WhatsApp number as well in order to do? Okay, no problem. I'm going to share my WhatsApp number with you just shortly. Please, can you give us info, because you usually don't. So sorry about that. See, I'm actually doing this live with you right now. It's the reason why I'm actually not attending to my WhatsApp message for now. So the moment I'm done with the live, I will definitely reply. And like I always say, see, the same way you want me to meet your needs is the same way a lot of students want me to meet their needs. And the way I'm attending to you and I'm giving you full attention is the same way another student wants full attention. So while I'm attending to you, somebody else is sending me a message 09079797928289595. So my WhatsApp number is 09093792895. So that's my WhatsApp number. So you could always chat me up. So please, like I said, said before, I'm begging you now. The moment you send me a message and I'm not replying, call me. Keep calling me till I reply you. Do you understand? And please always note that the moment you are sending me a message and I'm not replying, I might have replied you and then I go off to go and reply somebody else. Please just be patient and note that as I'm attending to that other person, I will definitely come back to attend to you because I'm trying to attend to everybody at the same time. So please just exercise a bit of patience, and it goes with me and it goes with all my colleagues as well. So the moment you are sending a message and you're not getting a reply, keep calling us and then ensure that you just exercise a bit of patience so that while we are attending to this person, we can always come back and then attend to you as well. Do you understand what I mean? It's just a bit of patience that we are asking for. So someone says, does Shofin Halam request for POS before issuing class? Definitely. Yes, they will request for POS before issuing class. Okay, I think that's about my questions. The questions that I have here. I see some people request. Sorry, I see a requested question. So can we just mention that? Okay, someone says, can we just mention that we are sponsoring ourselves? Now, the question is, can you afford 30 million in your account? If you say that you are sponsoring yourself, so someone says that, can you, if you say that you are sponsoring yourself, yeah, where did you get the money from? Do you understand? So we would advise that don't shoot yourself in the leg. It's very good that you say that I've been. You cannot say, well, can you tell me categorically? If you can tell me categorically that you have 15 million in your account, okay, sorry about that. My network paused for a bit. Now, if you can assure me that the 15 million in your account, you can justify it, then it's fine. Do you understand? The best agency, we say what? Negxy. Yeah, we say Negxy. Okay, so those are some of the spoilers. So those are some of the schools that would they would not do that. Okay, yeah. So I'm coming out. I just want to see if I've actually touched. Now, please also note that they will always ask about your future career plans. It's very important that you know exactly what you want to do in the future. So it's always important that whatever course it is that you're studying, you're looking at, okay, and this course I'm actually studying is going to be helping me to work in so and so places in the future, and I see myself earning so and so amount with that particular course that I'm studying. Please, it's always very important that you can give a detailed explanation of what it is that you want to do by studying that course, and always give an impression that you are coming back to your home country. Also, always give an impression that you have the money and you are capable of taking care of yourself the moment you get to the UK. And it is not that you are actually waiting to work while you study, because some students, they miss it and then they will say that, you know what, I actually want to work to add to the money so that by the time I get to the UK, you know, I'll be working to pay my school fees. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear, as a matter of fact, some interviewers will ask you that, what do you think about the work permit that is being given? Do you get? And it's very important for you to say, you know what, the work permit is just like an added advantage for me to actually gain an experience, you know, in that field, to be able to know more, you know, you booga, that kind of thing. So you just give them answers like that, so that at the end of the day, you don't sound as if you're desperate or that you're broke. Do you get what I mean? So it's actually very important. Sorry, I just want to see if I've actually touched some of these things. So you tell them how much you see yourself earning by the time you are done with school. Yeah. So they might ask you about your previous course of studies, so many other questions like that. But please, because of time, I might not be able to touch all those questions. I'm just trying to give explanation of these questions that they can actually ask you. Then you should just don't limit yourself to generic answers. Please be specific. Try as much as possible to be specific. Try as much as possible to always reference whatever it is that you have answered. So that's basically it. I think I've been able to touch. Let me see if I can actually add someone while my time is still on. Okay. Let me see if I can add. I'm seeing some requests. Very interactive and mind-blowing session. Oh, I'm shy. I'm shy. Thank you. Don't mind me. Oh, I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy that you were able to actually get one or two things from this session. Please, like I said, just send me a message and then I'll definitely attend to you. I want to try and see if I can add. I see a lot of invites. Wow. Okay, let me see those that will come in from this invite. Let me just see those that will come in from this invite. Let me see those that will come in. Let me see those that will come in. Just join. Just keep joining. Let me see if I can chat with some people before I go. My goodness, I have a lot of invites. I'm amazed. So please just see if you can actually join, because I think I just accepted you. Hi. Hi. See, I accept everyone. I don't say I'm accepting, You're also welcome. Hi. You're welcome. Can you hear me? Hi, can you see me? Hi.
Yes, I can see you. Good afternoon.
Okay, so where are you at the admission process?
Currently, proof of funds.
Proof of funds.
I've received my cars. Yeah, so I'm trying to. What do you say?
Have you been able to gather your proof of funds?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on now. So
wait, let me ask you: are we the one processing your admission for you?
Yeah, you did. You assisted me with my admission process. Yes.
Oh my goodness! Are you serious? Well,
yes, you assisted me.
We've been working
University of Hull.
For Hull.
University of Hull. Yes.
Wow, that's
so,
amazing.
I've gotten my car, so right now just waiting for the proof of funds to mature. Then I'll apply for the visa.
Okay, that's amazing. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. And he actually did it for you. Are you serious?
Yeah, yes, you did it for me.
Thank you. Thank you for vetting us. Like seriously, thank you for vetting us. Let's let everybody know that we're actually here to help you, right? And the process has been seamless, right? And we need to put you through everything, right?
Yeah, yes.
I'm so happy. What's your name?
Yeah. Adnan. Yeah.
Your application. I did your application.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Just keep me posted.
You're welcome.
Yeah? Just let me know what your whole process is all about, okay?
Sure.
Thank you so much for being here.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Okay, guys. Thank you. I hope you've been able to get. Okay, Adnan, you can cut it. All right. Okay, hi. Okay, thank you. Thank you for those that couldn't join. I'm so sorry about that. We don't really have much time. I'm even surprised that they've not logged me out yet. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you've been able to get one or two things with respect to interviews, your Pre-Cas interview, and how best you can actually go about it. So please don't forget to send a DM. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. Let's chat. Let's see how best to help you. And given the fact that for UK, our process is free. So what are you waiting for though? Do you understand? And like you all know that Negxy is the best. It's practically the #1 leading agency in. We are going international. Don't be surprised though. We're actually going international. So aside from it being one of the best agencies in Nigeria right now, it's actually one of the best all over. Do you understand? And very soon now you still start hearing about Negxy International. So just don't worry, please. Continue to trust in us the same way you have always been, and continue to be rest assured that we'll always be here to help you. Until same time next week, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so addicted to you guys. I don't feel like leaving. But thank you so much for being here. And I hope you really had fun and you enjoyed yourself today listening to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And until same time next week, we hope to see you again. Okay? All right. Thank you. Bye.